Hello, guys. While we are looking at made in Japan, wherein the technologies or methodologies or philosophies that have governed Japanese people for a long time, which has ultimately made them global superpowers, we are trying to understand those philosophies and ways of life. The next point is SHU HA RI. See, everybody wants to be expert in his area of work. Everybody wants to be proficient, efficient, and master of whatever they do in their lives. But there are ways and means of achieving these. They cannot be overnight successes. For an overnight success, for example, it takes 10 years of hard work to become an overnight success. So to understand this process, how do we move from a learner to an expert to a prolific person? For example, Tendulkar's case, how we can start start and learning batting, then how we do improve ourselves and how we can be god of cricket. So these steps are very important. Unless we know these steps, all of us typically try to work on something and expect to be experts in those areas in a very short period of time without following the steps and process. So this SHU HA RI is very important from becoming an expert of any area of work in life, business, profession, sports, societies, anywhere. This is a very universal principle. This is a universal principle that can be applied to anything that we do, everything that we do in our lives. Let's have a look at it. Japan is a superpower that has evolved over a period of time. They have worked really hard, especially after the Second World War, and have proved themselves to be the world leaders. Japanese people have developed a way of life that focuses on improving themselves and their society continuously. The cumulative effect of hard work based on solid foundation of belief systems and social frameworks ingrained deeply in their families has helped them achieve amazing success as a nation. SHU HA RI is one such Japanese concept that can help us understand how we learn and get better at things. What is the process? It originally comes from Japanese martial art called Aikido, but it can be applied to many different areas of life. It is like a roadmap that shows us the different stages that we need to go through when we are learning and trying to become expert in something. Now imagine you want to learn how to play the piano. At first, you would start in the SHU stage, SHU. This means you will follow the rules and instructions and from your piano teacher very carefully. You would learn the basics of playing the piano, like how to read sheet music, how to position your fingers on the keys, body posture, how to play simple songs, etc. Now, in this stage, it is important to listen and pay attention to your teacher because they have a lot of knowledge and experience to share with you. You want to learn the right way to do things before you start making changes and experimenting. As you practice more and get better at playing the piano, you would move into the next stage, which is HA. This stage is all about exploring and experimenting. You might start trying out different ways to play the songs or adding your own style to the music. You're not just following the rules anymore, but you are breaking them a little bit to see what happens. You are experimenting. You are pushing the boundaries. This stage is about being creative and thinking outside the box. You might make some mistakes along the way, but that's okay because that's how we learn and grow. Finally, after lots of practice and exploration, you will reach the RI stage. This is the stage where you become a true master at playing the piano. In this stage, you don't need to follow all the rules anymore because they are internalized within yourself. You have your own unique way of playing and you can even create your own music. You have become an expert and you can share your knowledge with others. It's like you have gone beyond what you learned from your teacher and become your own teacher. SHU HA RI has been adopted and applied in various disciplines, including software development, business management, and even personal growth. It describes the 3 stages of learning and mastery that an individual or team goes through when acquiring expertise in a particular domain. Let us understand it more by using a cricketing example. If you want to become a world-class batsman, the first stage SHU translates to protect or to follow. During this initial phase, learners or the batters or bowlers adhere strictly to the established rules, techniques, and principles. They focus on understanding the fundamentals and replicating the knowledge and skills of their coaches and mentors. The emphasis is on discipline, obedience, and building a solid foundation. It is about imitating instructors' movements and diligently practicing the prescribed forms and techniques without any deviation. The elbow has to be straight, the bat has to be straight, and your head has to be still while hitting the ball with the bat. These are the basic premises. As individuals progress to the second stage, that is Ha, meaning to break or to detach, they begin to question or challenge the established conventions. They explore beyond the boundaries set by their mentors and start to experiment with different approaches and variations. For example, within the Sehwag. So if Tendulkar is what SHU HA RI typically personifies, the first stage is learning, then how we start experimenting can be best embodied by Virendra Sehwag. If you see the ball, hit the ball is a mantra. In this phase, learners actively seek alternative perspectives and techniques and methodologies. They gain deeper insights into the underlying principles and adapt their knowledge to suit their own unique needs. This stage encourages creative problem solving and development of personal style. For example, MS Dhoni worked on this helicopter shot to take care of Yorker deliveries and low full toss deliveries. So this is experimenting and getting successful. The final stage, Re, which can be translated as to transcend or to leave, represents the stage of mastery and enlightenment. At this point, learners have internalized the knowledge and skills to such an extent that they no longer need to rely on external models or guidelines. They have transcended the traditional frameworks and become autonomous in their thinking and execution. In this stage, individuals have developed their own style and philosophy. They may even contribute to the evolution and advancement of the discipline. This stage is characterized by freedom, intuition, and innovation. For example, Surya Kumar Yadav has mastered hitting shots in any part of the ground by getting in the position early, excellent high-end coordination, and perfect timing. At this stage, the basic techniques are completely ignored sometimes, resulting in a superior performance. For example, I remember Sanjay Manjrekar always talking about straight elbows and straight bats and still heads. But in case of Surya Kumar, his shots defy all these logics. That means Surya Kumar is actually in re-stage. The important thing to remember about SHU HA RI is that it's a journey. You start by following the rules and learning from others, but eventually you break free and develop your own style and way of doing things. It is not about just copying what someone else is doing, but also about finding your own path and becoming best version of yourself. And this process is never ending. You can believe we can have multiple parallel SHU HA RI stages going on in our lives simultaneously. Surya Kumar can be in a re-stage in IPL batting, but if he has to play Test cricket, he's still in the HA stage of batting, SHU HA RI. So SHU HA RI is not about rejecting or disregarding the traditional techniques, but rather about internalizing, learning them, and using them as a foundation to build upon. In short, SHU HA RI provides a valuable framework for understanding the stages of learning and how we move from learner to a master in various disciplines of life. It emphasizes the importance of building a solid, strong foundation through adherence to the established principles, that is SHU, then challenging and expanding upon those principles, that is HA stage, and ultimately transcending them to develop your own unique approach, that is the Re stage. By embracing this concept, individuals and teams can navigate the learning journey with intention, adaptability, and creativity, ultimately achieving mastery and making meaningful contribution to their chosen field. By embracing the principles of SHU HA RI, individuals can continuously learn, challenge themselves, and achieve mastery in their chosen domains. And this is how we have evolved as human beings over 1,000 years, and Japan is the perfect example of following SHU HA RI. Thank you very much.